Hey guys, it's Mackenzie, your mommy's media medium. I have said this at least 40 times this morning because I am, surprise, having audio issues. Happy New Year, right? New Year, same old crap. But I'm here and I'm doing it. I guess I just have to deal with it, right? I have taken a hiatus that I did not think I was going to take because and you might have already noticed it, I have a lisp because after episode 14, the day after episode 14, as a matter of fact, was recorded, I went and got my Invisalign finally. And oh my God, the amount of lisp and the amount of slurs and everything else that I can hear myself doing is so annoying. So annoying. My husband says you really can't hear it. He says I'm making it all up in my head. When I speak to my mom on the phone, she says she really can't hear it. My friend Joanna, of course, she had Invisalign, and I'm always making fun of her when she wears her retainer. So, of course, she's making fun of me all day long about the lisp. But that's why I haven't really been recording. On the 19th, I think, was when I was originally supposed to record this particular podcast. My mouth, from just a couple of days of having the Invisalign, was on fire. Everything was peeling, things were hurting because the plastic rubs and all that kind of junk. And I was really self-conscious about the lisp. So I said, well, let me give myself an extra couple of days to get myself together, let my mouth heal, and the next day, or not the next day, but on Thursday, when I normally have a second day to do podcast stuff, I'll go ahead and just, do it. And my son was sick that Wednesday. His sickness rubbed off to me. So on Thursday, not only did I have a mouth that was hurting, not only did I have a lisp, but now I didn't feel well. So I said, let me just go ahead and cut my losses, and I ended up just going ahead and watching Scandal and wrapping presents. It was the weekend before Christmas, so, no harm, no foul. And I'm like, okay, so I'll just go ahead and maybe I'll do it next Thursday, the Thursday after Christmas. Well, of course, insecurity set in again, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not dealing with this lisp, mainly because I had started a new retainer. So quick, I guess, catch up of anybody who actually hasn't had Invisalign or known anybody who has Invisalign. The first couple of weeks, you have these trays that you keep in for about 2 weeks, and right around the 2-week mark is when you start to get really used to them and used to talking with them, and then you have to change to a new tray, and that tray is a little bit tighter and a little bit more, I guess, gripped on your teeth. So then that lisp comes back. So right now I'm on week 1 of my second retainer, which is helping me to talk a little bit better. So that's why I went ahead and skipped last week. I still have the lisp, and it's still kind of aggravating for me to be talking to you right now and trying to talk continuously, especially because when I talk continuously, I feel like spit gathers up into the trays, and then I have to suck it out. It's so disgusting. It's the most disgusting thing ever. But at least I can look at people and they can look at me and I can smile, and it doesn't look like I'm a 16-year-old with metal all in my mouth. I mean, I still look like my normal self, other than the fact that I have this lisp that is really annoying to me. But, I'm going to work through it, because if I don't, I said if I didn't get this done today, I probably wouldn't have a podcast out until the end of January, because tomorrow my son and I are taking a trip to Texas to visit family. And even though I would like to continue doing the podcast while I'm in Texas, as a matter of fact, my niece even wants to do the podcast with me, I don't know if I'll be able to, because the microphone that I have, my state-of-the-art, awesome, microphone that I just got a couple of months ago, it's huge. It's very, very big. And while I can fit it into a suitcase, I don't know if I trust it to be in a suitcase. I said I'm going to go downstairs and look at the packaging that it was in and see if maybe I can put it in some foam or something. I might even be able to just wrap it in some clothing to be able to take it. Otherwise, I don't know, I guess I might have to get like a low rent version of it on Amazon. It's funny when you upgrade to high class things, and then the thought of having to downgrade to a low class thing just makes you cringe. You know what I mean? Like, isn't that first world problems? Like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to get a cheap microphone. And I don't know. I mean, I might be able to do it. I might not. I don't know. I really would like to continue it. But again, if I didn't do this podcast today and I ended up taking that 2 weeks off from my stay in Texas, then yeah, I wouldn't have a podcast out for a whole month, and I'm paying for this crap. I'm paying $15 a month to be able to post podcasts onto this website. And if I'm not using it, then I'm just losing it. I don't know. It's kind of lame. But yeah, I hate having things that I'm paying for and not using, which is why I don't have a gym membership. Because if I feel like I'm not going to go and that not going to go trails off into a month, then it's like I paid money for a gym membership that I didn't use for the month. But, that's how I am. But anyway, Happy New Year. I hope everybody had a good holiday season. We had Hanukkah, we had Kwanzaa, we had Christmas and New Year's, and now we're here. We're in 2018. My goodness, I'm in my first podcast of 2018, and I believe this is podcast 15. I said I was going to start writing down on my notes what podcast this is, and obviously I still didn't do it. So, New Year, same old Mackenzie. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get to today's show. I need to hurry up and get this done because I have a doctor's appointment that I'm supposed to leave out for in exactly 1 hour. Hopefully with this particular podcast, I don't think I'm going to go the entire hour because like I said, this lisp thing is really annoying. Plus, because of the fact that I have this doctor's appointment, I have to get this thing done, and it's more than likely not going to even be posted until over the weekend. I am hoping that while I'm on the airplane with my son, I'm able to do some editing, but at the same time, I have to also keep him occupied, and if I can get some internet or get him to watch a movie, he'll be occupied, but if he's not, then guess who has to tend to that? Me. So if I get this out in a timely manner, hopefully it'll be out by maybe Saturday, Sunday. If not, by Monday at the latest. And like I said, maybe I'll be able to bring this microphone and I'll do not podcast Tuesday, but maybe podcast Thursday or something with my niece. I know she wanted to do a year-end roundup, and I kind of wanted to do one too, which is why I didn't do it on this particular podcast, just in case her and I are able to do a podcast together. If not, then I'll do my year-end roundup when I get back from Texas at the end of January. So let's get to it. Oh, and by the way, if you happen to hear clink-clonking, sing-songy music, it's my wind chimes outside. It's a really crappy day out there in the DC area. We had some snow overnight and the wind is a whipping. It's whipping, and I try to move myself from my normal spot right in front of the window to somewhat across from the window so it wouldn't pick up the wind chimes. But when I was doing the audio testing, I still heard the wind chimes, so I'm sorry if you hear that sing-songy going on in the background. At least we're not picking up the radio station anymore like we were like 30 minutes ago when I first started doing the audio testing, and I was really upset because you could really hear it. It was really, really loud, and I tweaked some things on the microphone and I seem to not hear it anymore. So hopefully you're not hearing it either. And yeah, so anyway, I just want to let you know if you hear ching-chongy going on, ching-chongy. If you hear some like sing-songy, not ching-chongy, some sing-songy music in the background, it's my wind chimes that are making pleasant music, but not pleasant if you're trying to listen to a podcast. It's kind of distracting because it's distracting to me as I'm talking. So anyway, getting back to it, my top stories in no particular order. Number 1 is Dakota Johnson and Chris Martin are dating. Ugh, I do not like this. If you've listened to my previous podcast, you know me. I am an old lady curmudgeon when it comes to these young girls dating these old men. And he's not even that old. He's only a couple of years older than me. As a matter of fact, when I looked it up and I was writing out all my stuff, I thought Chris Martin was around 45. I did not know Chris Martin was only 40. I was like, dang, Chris Martin is fairly young. I guess he just kind of looks old. I don't know. But I think in looking and doing all the research, Gwyneth Paltrow is 45, and I think that's why I thought that he was 45 as well. I thought they were the same age. I did not know that Gwyneth Paltrow was dipping into the baby pool when they started dating. She got herself a youngster, girl. She was cougaring it up when she picked up Chris Martin. But anyway, so yes, Dakota Johnson and Chris Martin are quote-unquote dating. Per a source at Us Weekly, the two are more than just a fling. So he's not just using her as a young thing to keep on his arm. He's actually really serious about her. I hate when they have a a source that tells you, and I'm using air quotes. I don't know why I do this because you can't see me, but I think it's just because I have to have my hands going. I do it anyway. But yeah, there's always a source that says that, oh, they're doing such a great job, or oh my God, they're so in love. And then it turns out like, oh no, they were just hanging out and they kind of thought each other were cute, but that's it. But anyway, so Dakota Johnson's 28, and like I said, Chris Martin is 40, and they were spotted in Israel back in November at a Nick Cave concert, and then having dinner with that particular singer. I've never heard of Nick Cave. You know, maybe I'm not hip enough. Maybe I need to go on Spotify and look up Nick Cave. But if it's something where Dakota Johnson and Chris Martin are going to it, I'm sure it's probably some like indie guy who makes really melodic music that makes you think about like things in your life and where you went wrong. Because that's how indie music is. They were also spotted at a restaurant called Sushi Park in LA in November as well. I don't know. With Chris Martin, he has been dating a slew of young actresses. You have Jennifer Lawrence, who's 27, just a year younger than Dakota Johnson. He was also dating Annabelle Wallis, who's 33, which she's not that much younger than him, but considering you went from being married to a 45-year-old woman, I mean, she wasn't 45 when they broke up. She was like 40, but still, like, it's like he went from, okay, when I started dating, I started dating a 30-year-old when I was in my 20s, so I never really got to date 20-year-olds. Let me go ahead and backtrack, you know, because I was married for about 10, 12 years. So let me backtrack and go back to those days so I can regain my youth. That's what I feel like Chris Martin is doing. But I don't know. He was on Modern Family a couple of episodes ago where he kind of poked fun at himself and poked fun at kind of his Chris Martin persona. So I guess, you know, I don't have a lot, I guess, hatred for him for it, because at least he knows that he can come off a certain way. I just wish he would date somebody a little bit more older, because then I would take him seriously. Like at this point, it's like you're dating all these young actresses that are in their late 20s, and you know, like I said, Annabelle Wallis, she was in The Mummy, which was a horrible movie. It was on my top 10 most horrible movies that I saw in 2017, and I didn't see a lot of movies, so maybe it should be on my top 5, because I didn't see a lot of movies, so it's in my top 5 of most horrible movies that I saw in 2017. But she's very cute. I actually thought she was a lot older than 33 when I looked her up. I was like, oh dang, she's younger than me? Wow, that's gotta hurt. But anyway, these two, for now, are dating. It's been confirmed by a source, quote-unquote source, and we'll see what the new year has to bring in for them. Number 2, 3, and 4 is a flippin' baby boom in Hollywood. This happens every couple of years where everybody's at the same party and they drink the same water and start procreating all at once, and they start popping out babies within a 2-week window of each other. Right now, we have number 2 at John Stamos is expecting his first child. His rep confirmed it on December 13th that he is expecting his first child with fiance of 2 months, Caitlin McHugh. I looked up Caitlin. I could not find anything of what Caitlin actually does, so maybe Caitlin is just Caitlin to be Caitlin. John Stamos, who is 54, popped the question at Disney World to Caitlin McHugh, age 32, like I said, 2 months ago, and he made a little caption on his Instagram with a picture of the two of them kissing, saying, I asked, she said yes, and they had lived happily ever after, which is so adorable. I love John Stamos. When I read that John Stamos was having a baby, I was like, who roped John Stamos? Because John Stamos, like I said, is 54. This dude has been around the world and back and still has not had any kids. So who roped him in? And obviously it's this Caitlin McHugh. She's very cute. Again, I don't know what she does or where she comes from. She's just her. And of course, you know me, I'm like speculating like, okay, if they confirm that she's pregnant, that means she's at least 3 months along. Most people don't want to confirm pregnancies until, you know, that first trimester is up. So he proposed to her 2 months ago. So she was already pregnant. And I hate when I think about like, oh, well, did he ask her to marry him because she's pregnant? Or was it just like one of those things like, oh my God, I asked her to marry me and oh my gosh, she didn't even know she was pregnant. Doesn't matter, Mackenzie. No, it doesn't matter. But of course, you know, in my mind, it matters. So The day after he proposed, he opened up to Extra about starting a family late. He said basically that he just wasn't in the right frame of mind to have a family at any point in his life until this point. He said he wasn't the best version of himself. And if he wasn't the best version of himself, he wasn't going to meet the woman that he deserved. And I guess now he feels like he is the best version of himself. He met the perfect woman, and now they're going to have a baby. If you didn't know, previously he was married to Rebecca Romaine from 1998 to 2005. And of course, I had to hold back everything in me from saying Rebecca Romaine Stamos, because that's how I know her. Like in my mind, it's been years since they've been together. It's 2005, so it's 2017. They haven't been together for 12 years. And I still, in my mind, say Rebecca Romaine Stamos, because she was a model for Victoria's Secrets when they met and they dated and then they got married. And then she did X-Men. And it's like, yes, everybody knew who Rebecca Romaine was, I kind of think, if you paid attention to Sports Illustrated models and stuff like that. I knew her because of Conan O'Brien. Conan O'Brien had a huge crush on her, always like talking about her, and made it a point to always like, you know, hold a fist and say Stamos, because he was mad that John Stamos got to marry Rebecca Romaine. So like in my mind, I still want to say Rebecca Romaine Stamos, but I have to just say Rebecca Romaine because she is married to somebody else. Oh, I think she's married to Jerry O'Connell. Are they married? I think they're married. They have twins. I know that much. I'm pretty sure they're married. And I think she learned her lesson from the first time. Like, maybe I shouldn't hyphenate my name. Maybe legally I can be Rebecca O'Connell, but professionally, let me just leave my name as Rebecca Romaine so we don't have to do this whole flip-flopping and people don't know who I am. People are saying my name wrong because that's how they know me. You know, that whole thing. Number 3, Eva Longoria is pregnant too. She's another one that I'm really excited about. I love Eva Longoria. Of course, if you watch Desperate Housewives, you probably love Eva Longoria too because her character was one of the best characters on that show. Love her so much. She is expecting her first child with husband Jose Baston. Baston. I don't think I can say it right because of my Invisalign teeth. So, you know, excuse me. Baston. I don't know, but Baston. We're just going to leave it at Baston. I want it like Gaston. Maybe it's like Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. Baston. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to move on. Her rep confirmed that the actress is 4 months along as of, I believe, the 14th of December. She is having a baby boy. This will be her husband's 4th child. And before it was confirmed that she was pregnant, she sparked several pregnancy rumors over the last couple of months. Because she has been, you know, letting herself go. She hasn't been keeping up with herself. She's also a little bit older. Eva Longoria is 42. So the same things that you were able to do at 28, 32, 36, 39, you're not able to do in your 40s. I know that to be true because the things that I was able to do at 17, 21, 25, hell, stuff that I was able to do at 31, I'm not able to do at 35. So your body just doesn't do it the same way. I can't drink a cup of coffee with regular milk without bloating to all hell and looking like I'm about 4 months pregnant. So it's like your body does different things, and she's been sparking pregnancy rumors because she's been getting a little bit round in the waist, and people are like, oh my God, she's pregnant. She's like, oh my God, no, I just ate a lot of cheese. You know, it's a cheese baby. I'm sorry if that offended you, but you know, I ate some cheese and now I have this belly, and guess what? I'm about to have a bigger belly because I'm about to eat some pancakes, which I love about her. She's funny. She seems genuine. She seems down to earth. But aside from those pregnancy rumors back in April, she also had pregnancy rumors as early as December 6th, where she was at a benefit for L'Oreal where people said that she was rubbing her belly. And as early as September, which would be around the time that she first originally got pregnant when she was vacationing with her husband in Athens, Greece. Her and Baston got married back in May of 2016 in Acapulco, Mexico. And you like how I said that? Acapulco. I said it with an accent. I hate saying things with an accent, but at the same time, I love it. I was able to say it with the accent this time, so that's why I love it. Normally, I can't say it with an accent. I sound ridiculous, and especially with the Invisalign. I had to ask Joanna, I'm like, seriously, when you had Invisalign, because she was the only other person I know that had Invisalign, how did you speak Spanish? because you have to do so many things like with rolling of your tongue and stuff like that. My tongue always gets caught in these stupid Invisalign thingies, like the inside of your mouth. My tongue, for the first 2 weeks that I had Invisalign, had so many cuts and sores. I was washing my mouth out with peroxide all the time. And just in case, if you didn't know, I'm going to tell you first, this is your today I learned lesson for today. If you have any cuts or sores in your mouth, if you happen to drink some tea or something or eat something and it burns your tongue, put some peroxide on your tongue, take a little small capful, put it on your tongue, let it sit. Don't drink it. Just let it sit in your mouth. Okay, I'm not a medical professional or anything like that. So, take what I say with a grain of salt. But I know that it works. Take it, let it sit for a couple of seconds, maybe even 30 seconds. You'll see it fizz up immediately. Anytime there's a cut, bruise, burn, you put peroxide on it, it's cleaning everything out. And as my mom says, peroxide takes the hurt out. And it does. I feel like when you put peroxide on anything that's hurting, throbbing, aching, if you do it enough times, it'll go away. It will literally take that burn away. And I was swishing with peroxide for the first 2.5 weeks that I was doing Invisalign, and it helped a lot. Also, fun fact, peroxide takes blood stains out. If you have a fresh blood stain, like from a nosebleed or that time of the month, if you put some peroxide on it and keep putting it on it, it will eventually take that stain out. So you heard it here first, folks. Peroxide, A, makes the hurt go away, and B, takes out blood stains. Now, don't go mass murdering people and pouring peroxide all over the place. Don't do that. But if you want to save your favorite pair of panties or your favorite shirt because you bled all over the place, my husband is good for getting nosebleeds out of nowhere. I used to get them out of nowhere as a child too. Get that stain out, pour a little peroxide on it, let it sit, pour it on some more. Do it for a couple of days if you want. If you have some time, just keep pouring it on there. You'll see it fizzing. And the minute you don't see it fizzing anymore, that's when you know that there's nothing else that the peroxide can do to help it. And then go wash it and you'll be amazed at what it does. Baby news for number 4. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is expecting baby number 2 as well. Now, of course, like I said, if I'm introduced to you with a certain name, Rebecca Romaine Stamos, I'm going to use that particular name for the rest of the time that I know you. And yes, Dwayne Johnson will always be The Rock to me. So Dwayne Johnson is expecting baby number 2 with his girlfriend, Lauren Hashian. The two are parents to 2-year-old Jasmine, and 2-year-old Jasmine is the one who made the announcement via Instagram just before Christmas time. Now, I said baby Jasmine is the one who made the announcement. Of course, it was Dwayne Johnson who actually made the announcement, but on his Instagram photo, he has a picture of Jasmine who is, oh my God, so gorgeous. There are very few kids that now, since I've had my own son, that I look at and I'm like, oh my God, that kid is gorgeous. My kid has raised the bar when it comes to gorgeous kids. And I don't want to be like tooting my own horn, but my kid is really, really cute. I sometimes feel like I have mom glasses on when I say that, but then I've had other people say, no, it's not mom glasses. Your kid is really cute. And again, I'm not trying to toot my own horn and make it seem like, oh my God, my kid is gorgeous. He's not gorgeous. He's very, very cute for a kid. Will that cuteness transition into adulthood? I'm not sure, because a lot of kids don't. I'm being realistic. But yeah, by looking at him and I see him and I'm like, oh my God, your face is so cute. There are very few kids that I look at now that I'm like, ooh, yeah, so I don't know if you're all that cute anymore. So anyway, but yeah, this little girl is gorgeous. She has her mother's eyes, which her mother has these really strikingly blue eyes, and she has her father's skin tone. It's like that great cocoa color, and she's adorable. But anyway, in the photo, it's a picture of her by the Christmas tree. There's a piece of paper that has written on it, "It's a girl, can't wait to be a big sister and finally be the boss." And in the caption, he says, "Our Jasmine Leah would like to make a big announcement. It's a girl. Lauren Haitian and I are boundlessly grateful for this blessing, as this spring will welcome our second baby. Plus, Jazzy is excited to boss around and protect her little sis. And once again, Big Daddy is completely surrounded by beautiful estrogen and loving, powerful female mana. All girls, one dude, and a boy dog. I wouldn't have it any other way. Hashtag it's a girl, hashtag grateful man, hashtag tequila time." I love Dwayne Johnson. You see, I didn't use The Rock this time. I'm going to let him have Dwayne Johnson after that quote. I love him, you know, because I was thinking like, man, he has nothing but daughters. This will be his third daughter. He has a teenager named Simone from his previous marriage. And it's like, man, he has to be one of the manliest men on the face of the earth. Like, he's big and brawny, and you think that he would want to play football with the son, and all he has is girls. And not saying that the girls can't play football, because they totally can. They can do whatever they want. But it's like, at the same time, you know, I know some men like are like, yeah, I want a son. And even if he does feel like that, the fact that he put it out there like, I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm surrounded by all this estrogen and female empowerment. Oh my God, I love him. I love The Rock. My sister has been on The Rock's bandwagon for like 15 years. And I'm like, whatever. But recently I've been like, I'm all about Dwayne Johnson. I love him. So anyway, his girlfriend, Lauren Haitian, she is a singer-songwriter, which you know is my kryptonite when it comes to female musicians, and the daughter of Boston drummer Sib Haitian. And if you don't know, Boston is a group from the 80s. Boston makes a lot of great 80s music. If you love 80s music or want to get into 80s rock bands, Boston's one of them that you have to check out. Per Pop Sugar, the pair have been dating since around 2008. I didn't know that they were together that long. I thought that he had been married, which he was. He was married to Danny Garcia, who's also still his manager, which, wow, talk about like really co-parenting and still getting along well after the fact, considering she's still his manager. She's still handling all his business, and they used to be married to each other. That is amazing. And he and Haitian have been together since 2008. When I first heard that he had a baby 2 years ago, I was like, oh, who's this fly-by-night girl? Obviously, she's not fly-by-night. They've been together for almost 10 years. So shut your big mouth, Mackenzie, and move on. But anyway, so extra congratulations to everybody on today's top stories who are having babies, because each and every one of them I'm so excited about. Even though I don't know them, they don't know me, I'm not going to be sending any gifts, and they're not even looking for any gifts from me. But I do like them as people. I do like them as celebrities. They seem like, all of them seem like really down-to-earth people, and I'm really excited that they're all getting new babies in the new year. And number 5, to round out the top 5 for today, is something that also makes me a little bit giddy. It's a couple that I talked about in episode 9, possibly getting back together. Jenny Slate and Chris Evans spent Christmas together with his family. Ooh. Now these two, I don't know what the deal is. I really don't, because they've been doing all kinds of things since October that have been sparking rumors that they're back together, and they're really kind of annoying me though, because either I want you together or I just want you guys to say we're friends, but I don't want you to be friends. I actually want you to be together. So they sparked rumors during Christmas, of course, because of the fact that she went to spend Christmas with his family. Now, she is of Jewish descent, so I don't even think she celebrates Christmas. She probably celebrated Hanukkah, which was over just before Christmas, so she really didn't have to forego hanging out with her family to hang out with his family, but still, hanging out with someone's family during a holiday is a pretty big deal. Chris's brother, Scott, posted a photo on Instagram of the two of them and captioned it, "Christmas with my favorite Jew," which means it's not only Chris that's in love with her, his family loves her too, that the bro is like, oh, we're hanging out, I'm taking photos of us together. Like, that is amazing. And like I said back in episode 9, the two of them dated for about 9 months before calling it quits back in February. And they've been flirting ever since October, you know, going back and forth, very cute like on Twitter. They were spotted in Atlanta going to dinner with Robert Downey Jr. and his wife. And also in November, he posted a video of his dog singing along to the line "Sleeps Tonight," which is very cute. He has a toy lion, a stuffed toy lion that he plays around with. In this particular toy lion, if you hit the pause, it sings that song, and the dog sings to the song as it's going. It's the most adorable thing, and you hear Chris, of course, recording the video and laughing in the background, but you also hear the undeniable Jenny Slate's cute little mousy cackle in the background as well. So it's like they're hanging out, and they're at somebody's house who has kids, because you can see there's toys and a little Red Ryder 3-wheeler in the background. So they're hanging at somebody's house. You know, maybe again it's a family affair. They're at his family's house, one of her family members' house. I don't know, but they're hanging at somebody else's house with his dog. They're recording cute little videos, and it's like, oh, that will they or won't they? I hope in 2018 they will. I love them as a couple because they seem like they have a really good time together. She's really funny. I don't know if Chris Evans is really funny or not. He seems really political and really smart, but also really handsome. And the two of them together seem like a power couple. So 2018, bring Jenny Slate and Chris Evans together, please. Crossing fingers. And that's it. That's my top stories. I hope I wasn't slobbering and spitting too much during the entire thing. I had to stop a couple of times to slop up the saliva, like I said, that I have to do periodically. But I'm hoping that it's not transitioning or translating or whatever the word is I'm looking for in the actual audio. I hope I'm not lisping too hard. I hope it doesn't sound too weird. Because like I said, it's one of those things that it's really making me insecure. I don't like talking to people for a long amount of time anymore. And I love to talk. I like to keep my mouth going. And the fact that I have this lisp and I feel like it's very, very noticeable, it makes me not want to talk to people. I've had to sit on the phone and have multiple conversations with people over the last couple of days, namely an insurance company. I still don't know if I'm insured. My husband signed us up for insurance and it didn't show that we were insured as of the second, which is the reason why today I'm having to rush to get all this stuff done and get to a doctor's appointment for today because I had to reschedule it because it didn't show that we were insured. And I talked to somebody on the phone that was like, yep, I don't see you there. So I am, 2018 is supposed to be better. It's supposed to be better. And I'm having audio issues. I'm having insurance issues. I'm having teeth issues. I don't know what's going on. But 2018, you better be better to me than 2017 was. I'm telling you that right now. Anyway, I'm going to move on to my topic of today. I only did one because, like I said, I knew I was going to be on a time crunch, and two, because of the lisp, the talk, whatever, it kind of makes me uneasy. So I left it to one topic. Is going to be classified under my I'll do anything once / health and exercise section. It's a thing that I told you about. It's a topic I was supposed to have talked about on December 19th, the original date that I was supposed to record this. And it's my excursion to a cycling class. And oh my God, when I tell you that cycling classes, or this cycling class in particular, is on fire and kills every molecule in your body. I'm kidding, it doesn't kill every molecule, but it is a full entire body workout. It blew my mind and I'm really, really in love with it. I actually haven't been back since because, like I said, I got sick the following week after I did the original class, and I wasn't like down in the dump sick, but I was sick enough that I thought, okay, if I take this class and as much exercising and movement that it made me do the last class, I'm pretty sure if I take a class this week, I'm going to be sick. And I did not want to be sick over the Christmas holiday, so I skipped it. And Joanna and I were supposed to be doing the classes together. We both bought the Groupon together, so we're doing the classes together. And she went out of town for New Year's. So we haven't done it, of course. Like I said, I'm going out of town this week, so we're not going to be able to actually go back to class until the end of January. But I'm really excited to keep it going. So let me just lay it out for you, okay? Like I said, Joanna and I bought these Groupons, and it's for, I don't even remember, I think it's for 10 classes. So we're supposed to be doing these 10 classes. We originally signed up on a Saturday for a beginner's class, which is only supposed to be 30 minutes, which I'm like, okay, I think we can do. I think the two of us can do a beginner's class. She's done a cycling class before, and she said they are killer. So I'm like, okay, the 30-minute class will be great for us. I don't even want to pretend to try to do a full-on class without even trying before, because I'm not really into cardio. I am bad at cardio. I have no endurance and I have a touch of asthma. Joanna has a touch of asthma too. So we're both asthmatic. She actually still has an inhaler. I do not. I haven't used an inhaler in well over 10 years. And maybe that's one of the reasons why I stay away from cardio. I try to control my breathing as much as I can. I find it in cold weather, it's even worse. When I was pregnant, oh my God, because your lungs expand or whatever, I felt that it was a little bit worse to breathe. And aside from the fact that I had a huge long baby who was kicking into my chest, who also bruised my lungs at one point in my pregnancy, that didn't help. But yeah, I'm not good at cardio. I can do light cardio, but I've never done hard cardio, even when I was younger. I ran track and field. I did the short ones. I never did long versions because my chest would burn so badly. And that's why my stepmother had me evaluated and was like, yeah, you have asthma. That's why it hurts so bad. That's why you get winded just walking upstairs. So over the years, I've learned to just control it instead of relying on the inhaler, and also just not putting myself in the position to do excruciating cardio things. And now I don't have to rely on it as much because I don't put myself in that position. So going to this class, we're like, yeah, let's just go ahead and do the 30-minute class and then we'll work our way up. Well, we showed up for the 30-minute class and nobody was there. Somebody had failed to put us on, and I say somebody, I don't want to be rude. Whoever it was, I don't know who I talked to on the phone, but we signed up, we had to talk to her to sign up in the first place, and she was supposed to put us on the schedule, and she didn't. Whatever, it was a mistake. We didn't get to do that particular class. We went, hung out at Starbucks for an hour. The next class started an hour later. So we sat at Starbucks and drank coffee, got some sugar in us, to try to get through this long class that we knew was going to be long. It's an actual hour class. And we showed up, and immediately it's like, oh my God, I'm going to die. I'm going to die and I'm going to die. I'm looking at these girls and they look fit and trim. And some of them didn't even look that fit. Some of them just looked like ordinary girls. But oh my God, when I saw them actually on the bikes, they blew my mind away, the amount of endurance that they have. So that tells you that looks can be deceiving. People look at me all the time and it's like, oh my God, you must be so fit. And it's like, yeah, I work out at home. I may do some weights. I may do some squats at home. But doing this particular class, I felt like dying the entire time. So let me tell you, first of all, with this particular class, this particular setting, she has it very dark. She has strobe lights. She plays a lot of hip hop music. And everything that you do is full body. Yes, you're cycling, but she also has you doing arm movements, pumping up in the air, pumping down. You're doing rhythmic movements. And I have no rhythm. I'm kidding. I have rhythm. I have a lot of rhythm. I know the beat. I know how to stay on point when it comes to, beats and transition and stuff like that. The only thing is, I don't know how to do that while dancing. I am not a dancer, people. I don't dance. I am like Fat Joe, do the rock away. You lean back. I can do that. But as far as like dance movements are concerned, I can't keep up with it. By the time I learn the movement, people are on to the next movement. And that's how it was in this particular class. She's like, okay, follow me. And she's really like upbeat and like pumped up. She's like, yeah, I'm still sick. I was sick last week and I'm still sick and I'm still in this class. And it's like, okay, stop making me feel bad. But she's like, yeah, she has you sitting down for a couple of movements, and a couple of movements she has you actually sitting up. And then she has you moving your shoulders back and forth, dipping down, punching right, punching left. And you're supposed to be keeping this, rhythmic movement as you're doing it. And I'm like, I can't even remember what side, left side, right side, left, what are we doing? So there were a couple times where she had you sitting up or standing up while pedaling that I had to sit down, but I kept it going the entire time. I will at least say that no matter what, I still was pedaling and I still did the arm movements, even if I couldn't stand up and do the movements. But yeah, during the class, she has the most advanced students sit up in the front so you can watch them. And I would try to keep up with these girls, but these girls, oh my God, they were so great at what they were doing and how they were doing it. But come to find out, a lot of them, one in particular, Joanna had a conversation with that said that she's been following her around for the last 2 years. She used to do stuff at LA Fitness. She used to have cycling classes at other places, and this girl has followed her wherever she's gone because she loves her so much. And I can see why. I mean, she will really get you whipped up into shape just sitting on a bike. I'm thinking, okay, I can cycle. I can keep my legs moving. That's fine. But the amount of up, down, left, right, move your shoulders, dip down, come back, do this. It's like, yeah, you are getting a full body workout. And yeah, my asthma, at one point my chest was burning so badly, but I worked through it. I had to slow down a couple of times, but I never stopped. which was, a big thing for me because I told you, I'm a quitter. I quit things all the time. I could have just stopped and just walked out that class, but I didn't. I wanted to keep going. I wanted to prove to myself that I could, and I did. And after the class, Joan and I were both talking about how we wanted to die. My feet were on fire. They were burning very badly, and it took until probably about late last week for them to stop hurting. So I think I'm going to invest in cycling shoes. I did know. I did know when I signed up for the class initially. I saw that they said that you might want to get some cycling shoes. I'm like, I'm not paying $120 for some shoes for a class that I may not, even keep up with. But after doing this, I'm like, I think I want to keep up with this because I think if I do this all the time, it will bring up my endurance and I'll be able to do stuff like this without it particularly hurting. It'll be a workout, but it won't be like I feel like dying afterwards. And especially for my feet, I don't want to be doing something like this and my feet are constantly hurting. And I figure I have 9 more classes. If they're $125, I end up spending maybe about $15 a class for them, even if I only do the 10 classes. But I do want to keep going with them. And if I need special shoes, just like when you go running, you have to get special running shoes. Those are a good $150 if you want really good ones. So these particular cycling shoes, if I have to get some that are $120, I want to get the ones that don't only use in the gym. I want the kind that actually look like sneakers too, so I can use them in everyday life. So I'm on the market right now looking at them. The particular brand that they use are TMs. She sells TMs and they're really nice, but they don't have the color I want. I don't want a basic black sneaker. I'm not into basic black, and the only other color that they have that I kind of dig is maroon. And I don't know if I would want to wear maroon shoes during the summer. I don't know. I love maroon right now that it's, fall, winter time, kind of cold, but I don't know if I'll have maroon in the summer. So we'll have to figure that out. But Reebok, I think it was Reebok. Was it Reebok? I think it was Reebok. Reebok also has some cycling shoes that can be used as regular everyday shoes. So I'm looking into those as well. But after this class, it was extra great because this particular class on Saturdays is called their brunch class. And after the class, we got to have champagne and we got to have bagels, which, oh my God, if that isn't the best thing ever, like you have your class, you're working out, you feel like death. And then she comes out and it's like, here's some champagne and orange juice and some bagels or cream cheese. Like, yes, I need this in my life. This is awesome. So I will definitely be doing this again. Like I said, I'm looking at the shoes. I am looking at the classes that we're going to be doing once I get back from Texas. I need to make sure that I stay on my butt. Not on my butt. I guess I need to stay off my butt while I'm in Texas. I'm good for going to Texas and stopping any workout routine and doing nothing but eating fast food all day, all night, because Texas has some of the best fast food ever. My God, I can't wait to have an In-N-Out burger. I can't wait to have a Whataburger. I can't wait to have a Jack in the Box, sourdough melt. I can't wait to have a Sonic burger, Sonic French fries, a cherry limeade. Like, I am so excited to have all of these different foods. Oh, corn fritters. Have you ever heard of a corn fritter? Nobody up here knows about corn fritters. Deep fried corn on the... Oh my God. Who thought of these things? Like, who made this up? I don't know. But that's why when I get to Texas, it's like, it's a free-for-all. Because there's nothing... When I'm here in Maryland, I like Burger King. And that's about it. And there's a Wendy's that's really close to us. So we frequent Wendy's a lot. But other than that, I'm really not into the fast food restaurants that we have around here. Checkers, I really dig their seasoned French fries. And they're one of the only places... Well, I think they are the only place except for Burger King. I think Burger King now does hot dogs, but Checkers was the only place that you can get a chili dog. And when I was pregnant, all I wanted to eat was chili dogs, which is what told a lot of people that I was having a boy. And they were like, oh, what are you craving? Orange juice. You're having a boy. Okay, how about chili dogs? You're having a boy. Like... Anybody who craves orange juice and meat apparently are having boys. Who knew? I was working at my old job and Joanna and I would always go out for lunch at Checkers. I'm like, Joanna, I want a chili dog. She was like, I'm down. And that's where we eat all the time. I loved chili dogs when I was pregnant. So yeah, Checkers, Burger King, and Wendy's. Those are the only 3 places that I frequent when I'm here, and I'm not all that jazzed about them all the time, especially because the Burger King is a little bit further away. It's really not that far. It's less than 5 miles, but the amount of traffic that you have to get to it makes me not want to go to it. And Checkers is 30 minutes away. So I never go to Checkers at all. At all. So yeah, I'm really excited for Texas. Now, I guess one thing is when I'm in Texas, I'm used to driving. Everywhere in Texas where my mom lives, you have to drive to. The area has now started to pick up, and a lot of things are a lot closer than they used to be. You know, when she moved out there was nobody out there. Close to 20 years later, now it's like crowded and there's so much traffic and it's really annoying. But my mom and I are always out anyway. And when my mom comes to visit here, we're out. When I go to visit in Texas, we're out. I don't know what we're shopping for. We don't have any money, but we're always out. I don't have to worry about wanting Starbucks when I'm in Texas, because guess what? My mom was like, well, let's go drive to Starbucks. She doesn't care. You know, here I'm like, oh, I want a Starbucks. And my husband's like, I don't feel like driving. And it's like, man, like, I don't want to go by myself. Even though now I don't care. I'm like, I'm going to Starbucks. I'll see y'all later. But yeah, when I'm with my mom, it's like, let's go to Starbucks, let's go to Target, let's go to here, let's go to there. So we're always out anyway, and those things happen to be on the way home. So I know I'm going to go ham on the fast food when I'm in Texas, so I have to make sure that I keep up with my 12-week challenge, which this week has not been a good week for me. I've only done 1 workout this week, and I fear, because I have to leave the house in 15 minutes for my doctor's appointment, I'm not going to get another workout in because I have a lot of errands to run. Like I said, we're leaving tomorrow. So I just have to keep on it. I just have to tell my family, hey, I actually have to do workouts while I'm here. And then after we work out, then we can go get some corn fritters. Then we can go get a cherry limeade. So other than that, that is it. That is today's January 4th episode. I hope I didn't annoy you with my slobbery slobber, my lispy, suffering succotash, Cindy Brady lisp. I hope you join me in 2018 for all of my crazy randomness, all of my chuckling, all of my weird conspiracy theories. And I hope that you had a great new year and that 2018 brings us nothing but great joy and happiness and no audio issues. Please, no audio issues. Other than that, talk to you guys later and have a great day. Bye.